Welcome to America.
Hey everybody, I have hiccups, which I really hate. Oh, hiccups. These are those hiccups where, look, it's turning my diaphragm all the way inside, out and back. It is very uncomfortable. I don't like it. When I get the hiccups, I start to come up with unacceptable ways to solve them, such as right now. Right now, I would like to slit my throat. Oh, I see. You've been recording that. Well. If it isn't another day I don't want to be fucking dealing with. My office has this really big hearing that's today and next week, in theory. Hearings often are scheduled and then don't happen. So, but it doesn't usually matter. But because it's like this super long case that we've been on, I don't know, for over 5 years, it's just like there's a whole lot. So it's super high stress. I feel an overwhelming sense of fear that I fucked something up. While I don't have any reason to have thought that I fucked something up, I definitely feel like I did. And I'm sure it's just because it's such a big deal. But that made it basically impossible for me to do anything useful last night. However, I'm almost 2 chapters in, and my chapters have sections, so for the length that other people write, it really does function like I'm 10 chapters in. Although some of my sections are really short. I don't dictate to my story how long things are. Sometimes I'll decide to split things up a little bit longer or whatever, but if there's a scene that is just a sentence or two, then there's just a scene that's a sentence or two. I don't care. Sometimes I think that blank space on the page is in a lot of ways more impactful than the actual written on space. I tried to pull into a parking lot, and there was a car with a license plate that said Iowa on it, and he kept telling me, "Come on in." But you're taking up the whole parking lot. I can't come on in. You gotta get out of my way. So I was driving home from the store, home back to work from the store, and there was a lady in the passenger seat behind me who looked like Jessica Tandy in Batteries Not Included, except if she was dressed like the Morton Salt girl. So I don't know what's going on, but it's weird.
I don't know how you got here.
So I went to Dunkin' and I got myself coffee, and I was supposed to get Travis breakfast, and they're out of what he eats, and he counts calories, so I can't just decide to get him something else because I don't know what else he would want, because he's counts calories. So I ended up just not getting him anything, and now I feel like the world's biggest dick because I didn't know what to do because they didn't have what he wanted. I know that really isn't the end of the world, but I feel like a dick. So it looks like my phone's about to die. I didn't realize when I came outside. I don't know. I'm just really not feeling making videos the last couple weeks, and I don't know what to do with that. I'm sure it'll come back to me, but I have these things where I just don't feel terribly inspired to make a video. And I think you guys deserve better than just whatever I feel like spewing on any given day. So I don't like putting out a video where I'm just functionally punching a clock, because I don't think you guys deserve to be treated that way. That's all. Well, we do got turkeys back here. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
What's up, little guys? Yeah. You look half as confused as I am. I feel like if you wear a leaf blower and a bright yellow coat, nobody asks you any questions. Like you just go about your business because nobody thinks about it. No, it's weird. Good morning, everybody. I am in the middle of trying to have a good fucking last day of work for the week. I took Thursday off, I'm already off Friday. We were supposed to go to Metropolis to go do Superman shit, but the problem is Metropolis is a 6-hour trip. And then there's like a museum and stuff. So by the time we get down there, we have to stay overnight. And we have a cat who has medication every 12 hours. And if he doesn't get it, it's not likely, but he could impact and die. So my problem is, how do I put that on someone else? And also, I don't have the money to pay someone to take on that kind of responsibility. It'd be one thing if it was just pop in and feed my cats and pet them once a day, or even scoop the litter boxes. That's a different amount of money than hold this cat down and shove medicine down his throat. Also, if you get it wrong, he might die. So I'm frustrated. It looks like we're probably not going to end up going to Metropolis, even though that was the plan. It isn't the end of the world, and I do understand that, but it is very upsetting to me. I'm exhausted and hot right now, and I woke up late, which, as most of you know, is my least favorite thing in the whole world. Being tardy to something is a hot fucking mess. Ultimately, I'm going to be 10 minutes late. But yeah, so until we gather up $5,000 to do a elective surgery on my cat, I'm pretty sure that the answer to the riddle is going to continue to be you have to have someone home. Like someone has to stay home. And now you're recording for no reason. I didn't tell you to record. Vestibular migraine. I need to get off the main road, and I need the sun to get out of my fucking eyes, because it's literally making it worse. And this is bad. This is very bad. I'm just gonna pull into this parking area here that is not actually functional for a moment, because everything was spinning, and I wasn't even trying. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a vestibular so dizzy that I had to pull over. I don't know if I've ever, maybe once. I don't know, because usually it's not like that. Usually it's not full-on spinning. Usually it's wobbly. Weird. And usually they only last 15 seconds, but that was the longest 15 seconds of my life. Well, I have been cleaning chunk by chunk in my living room, and we had a bookcase that had kind of busted, so we got new pins for it. I don't know why I was zoomed in on myself like that. So we got new pins for it, so I was going to attach it to these bookcases, which are from Amazon and just they're not solid. That back part tore like paper. They're the worst shelves I've ever come into contact with, and they are incredibly unsafe. So I was going to attach it to my other bookcase, and then make them all solid together using each other to reinforce. Well, I tried to move the first of these bookcases, and it exploded. Like, it just exploded. Like, I picked it up. I picked it up to move it, and it just exploded. So I don't know. So I pulled out some of the pieces, and I'm surprised. Like, it snapped itself. It's just the worst. It is the fucking worst. So I haven't really gotten any writing done, but I do think that addressing my space is helping. Also, the cat ran down my neck and like cut me, and it's like that long, and it's super, like, it bled all over. It was crazy. But I haven't started writing anything. It's only like 2:15, but I've really been like working on my space, and I think that will help with me being able to focus more, because this is like a me problem where I haven't made writing, editing, whatever interesting enough to me, probably partly because I'm in a wreck. So, gonna try to solve it. Things are getting better, but they're not in a condition that you could look at and know that they're getting better, because, like, you know, that in between where everything's worse. Yeah, I'm there. Full disclosure, when editing Sarah gets a video and it's from my car, she's always annoyed because they're too long and there's too much of me driving and not actually, like, talking. But also that's why it hasn't killed me. So, about halfway through the week, I'm going to Dunkin'. It is payday, so I don't miss Dunkin' on payday, because why would I? I got a video out last night, and I don't know, it's sufficient. I don't know that I'm, like, in love with it, but I did do it, and I don't feel like it was a waste, and I feel like I had a little bit of stuff to say. Sometimes it feels like I don't have enough to say, but I also need to remember that plenty of people say less than me on the internet. Because I worked on a video last night, I did not work on editing, but I am further than I felt like I was. I'm like in chapter 3, I think, working on the reviewing and figuring out, like, things that need to carry through the whole story and making sure they do that. But realistically, I'm also just really ready to start putting stuff out again. I went through this period where I convinced myself that everything has to be perfect before you put it out, and that doesn't exist. There is no thing that is perfect. That's not an option. I'm doing that thing again where I want to revisit something I was talking about last week, although it was 2 weeks ago, because I'm a video behind. It doesn't matter. You're just going to believe me, because if you want to go back and watch the last video that I talked about this in, you're more than welcome to, but if you just want to have the conversation now, that's also fine. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about what I want from the writing community and how I feel about the writing community and how I feel about the YouTube writing community versus the local writing community. So, I think the point that I slip by is that authors are inclined to be very solitary, and because of that inclination, we also tend to have periods where we feel like we're the only one doing the thing, or where we're so separated from what we think is supposed to be happening that, like, we can't fathom why it isn't going the way we want it to. And I think that happens with the community, and I think that happens, in other areas too. But it's just, The writing community is not a single cohesive thing, as I'm sure most of you know. Oftentimes, when somebody's talking about the writing community, they're talking about a specific writing community. For instance, the YouTube writing community, the Seattle, Washington writing community, the Twitter writing community, the Blue Sky writing community. Like, it's very niche, and I don't know if there is a way to have a conversation about a non-niche corner of writers. First of all, let's be 100% real. Most people do not want to hear words coming out of our faces. The writing community, to the rest of the world, frequently is just, don't they write books? I'll read the books. Leave me alone. And I see that a lot. I really enjoy watching authors speak about their process and stuff. And frequently there are people like, why are they talking? But and I kind of understand, but at the same time it's like, you do know that when I type on paper, it's the same as when the words come out of my face, right? And they don't seem to. And, you know, that's on them. That's their problem. I do feel like the writing community is so diverse, and so there's so many genres, and there's so many corners to fit into, and there's so many people who are interested in this and not that, and who are looking for this thing and don't want to mess with that thing, and like, it's so vast that the variances make it nearly impossible. Sorry, future Sarah, I can't think words. It's too early. Outside the courthouse, and I'm waiting for my boss, but like, my phone is freezing. So like, I'm lagging like I'm on Zoom right now. The fuck? Everybody, I am on my way home. It is Friday afternoon. As we were leaving, my boss said to me, "You'll see my dumb ass on Monday." All right, I didn't say that. You said that. So keep that in mind. She's a very happy camper because she is a Swiftie, and it is definitely Taylor Swift day. Oh man, so we had some good times last night playing video games. I still have to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my knee and the rest of my nonsense. I have an infected sore on my finger that is, it's an eczema blister, and it popped open and then I got infected, which is absolutely not what I'm looking for in my life. That's probably like 80 out. It's supposed to cool off early next week, Monday or Tuesday, and I am on board for that. I'm going to go home. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do, if anything, that is productive, and then I also may end up doing something not productive because I can't. Okay, I'm using no filter because I want you guys to see this. Why is this packaging so amazing? It's got like rainbows in it. It's like holographic packaging. Y'all, this is too much. It feels like I shouldn't be able to have this. Also, Zug says hi. So it's Saturday around 1. We're supposed to go about an hour away to go to this, it's like a medieval fair. It's not quite a Renaissance fair. It's not a whole day event. There's just not enough there to make you want to stay there for a whole day unless you have an activity you're specifically doing, I suppose. But we're supposed to leave for that shortly here. I would assume I'll be back around 5, but I don't know. I did not have my morning stream, but I did work, so I got a couple sections knocked out. I'm starting to get kind of into the meat of the story, which means that it should move a little faster, even though the sections might be a little longer. But at least the progress is more linear at this point, so it's a little easier to do all the stuff I'm doing. So yeah, and then also behind me here is some cat nonsense happening. Not quite sure why there's cat nonsense happening. I'm not in charge of anything. They're up to no good. I'm outside chilling like a villain, waiting for my coffee. Travis had to go out, so he ran and got me coffee. He's gonna drop it off. I got some work done because we didn't end up going to that medieval fair because one of the people we were going with, their car broke down, and that was the main reason we were going. So we didn't go. We stayed home. Travis had a bunch of work to do. He's got Kickstarter stuff going on. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just gonna wrap this up here. I don't know when you'll get the video, but I'm gonna try to give you a video. And then it is spooky season, and I need to start some spooky season stuff. So I apologize for not starting off spooky the way you might want me to. Anyway. Okay, bye.